Good morning, Nick. It's July 30th. Wait, what? It's July 30th? We've made it to the end of the month, Nick. Woo! Shazam! So, yes, Nick, we have indeed made it to the end of the first month, and I know I can't believe it, and I'll bet anything from dollars to donuts that you can't believe it either, but somehow I have not yet talked about politics. A problem that I seek to rectify right now. So, Nick, I really try not to take sides when it comes to politics, because, let's face it, people get angry when you take sides when it comes to politics. So, I prefer analysis of politics to actually revealing my own personal biases, especially on the internet. So, Nick, there's one of those fancy midterm elections coming up in about 4-ish months, and I will probably do a more analysis about actual candidates when it comes to that, but for now, I want to actually talk about the particular voting bloc. Our voting bloc. Our generation played a pretty big role in the 2008 and 2012 presidential elections, and Nick, judging simply by the sheer size of our generation, commonly known as millennials, we have the opportunity to change U.S. politics in a way that has not been seen since the baby boomers took the stage. So, on the whole, our generation tends to be relatively liberal when it comes to social issues such as, we're less pro-drug war, we're pro some kind of immigration reform. I mean, at this point, I think we'll settle for just about anything. And we're pretty pro-gay marriage, or at least we don't want the government imposing its views on people. However, Nick, economically, we're a little bit tougher to categorize, but I think I have the solution. Economically, Nick, we are radical moderates. Hang on, Dylan. Radical moderates? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, but it does. So, radical tends to mean extreme, and Nick, I want to take the opportunity to show you how we, or at least a lot of us, are radical moderates. So, due to the fact that I can only make a 4-minute video, and I've already taken about 2 minutes, this is going to be an ultra holistic view, and not a ton of data supporting it, though if you would like me to expand on this, I will definitely do the research. So, due to a decade of war, NSA spying, just shoddily run programs in general, I believe that a lot of millennials tend to have at least a pretty decent distrust of the US federal government because they're just not always doing what they need to be doing. But on the other hand, a lot of corporations seem like too big and they influence elections too much, and sometimes they seem overly greedy and there's no way for any kind of competition to rise up and go against them, and I think that millennials tend to see that as problematic too. And Nick, that's exactly why we are radical moderates. Our radicalness is that we don't like concentrated power. We don't like it concentrated in the government. We don't like it concentrated in corporations. We like diffuse power, almost a neo-Jeffersonian view of politics. I call it neo-Jeffersonian because I don't think people would agree with the Jeffersonian ideal of an extremely agrarian culture. I feel like that would be kind of really, really pushing it. So I don't want this to become a full-blown discussion until I've done a little bit more research on Nick, but I do want just a base opinion. Do you think the idea of the radical moderate is a cool idea, an interesting idea, an idea worth exploring? Don't go into too much about it in your next video if you're going to, but just let me know if you think it's something worth exploring. Nick, I'll see you on Friday. P.S. This is the first video that I made it through without reading a script off the screen, and let me tell you, it took me forever.